until you've got a few colors that you want to use for your website. Once you've got the codes for your colors, I'd recommend opening up a little plain notepad and saving them under here. So as you can see, I've got digital outlier, branding info. I've got some fonts saved in there as well, which I recommend you do. And I've also got the colors here. So for mine, I'm using mainly gold, black and white. However, I've got this little grey in there as well that I like, just in case I need to use that in some places on the site. I've also done a similar thing with the fonts. If you search on Google for a font pairing app, you can find some fonts that go well together. These are just two that I've used for a bunch of websites, and I'll just continue to use them. They're pretty simple, and I quite like them. But I recommend you start with this step. So get your logos ready, and get your color schemes and fonts saved in a little notepad. It will just make things a lot quicker when we come to edit them. So onto the editor then, or the customization area. Let's go back. We'll start with site identity. So we just run through these all step by step. I think I'll end up splitting this video into 2 or 3 parts, as it will probably be quite long. So your site title first. I'm gonna stick a logo up there, so I want to hide my site title. You've got a tagline, which I don't use, and now we'll upload our first logo. So if you just hit the select logo button, then you can either drag and drop a file here, or just hit upload or select files, and then you try and find the logo you want. So for myself, I'm going to go for this main logo here. Okay, looks pretty good. There is the option to edit it here if you need to crop it at all. And we'll select that one. Oh, there we go. The cropper comes up right away. I want the whole thing in there really, if I can. There we go. So we'll crop the image. And that is way too big, but we can change that. So if you just come down to this little logo width bar here, you'll be able to make it bigger and smaller. And like I mentioned earlier, so what you see is what you get kind of editor. So this is exactly how your site will look. So you edit it as you go. So for example, I'm just going to run through all of this stuff really kind of quickly to give you an idea of the kind of things you can edit. If you want, you can skip this video completely and just go and play around with it yourself. But these are the steps that I'd like to take when I'm editing a website. So you also have to edit or enter the Retina logo for Retina screens. So this is a cool option because it prevents your logo getting distorted when it's on the higher quality screen. So it recommends, I think it says it down here. What does it say up here? No, it doesn't. But the recommendation is for the Retina logo to be at least twice the size of the logo you've uploaded here. So I can use the same file in this one because I've made that much smaller. But had I have kept the full size logo, I'd have then had to upload another one twice the size of that. But I'm only going with this 150 pixel width. So upload the Retina one, pick the same one again, and then that's done. So that'll just serve that logo, which will be in theory twice the size of that one on Retina screens. It looks the same, they will come out the same size. Okay, and then we've got the site icon. So 512 by 512 pixels. What that is the little icon that you'll see up here in the browser tabs. So again, I've had these done already. Like I said, I already had my logos worked out beforehand. I'm just going to go this little D initials logo. That's a square one. Select that. There you go. So it already fits perfectly in that square. There's a little example of how it will look. So it's as an app. If somebody saved your website on their phone as an app, which you can do, and then in the browser tabs there. Okay. So we've got a little. There we go. Cool. So that's uploaded, and already you can see that's updated itself and is on there. So that's your site identity stuff done. Back out of that. Now we come to the layout. So it gets a little bit more interesting and in-depth here. These are all of the layout options for your entire site. So the container width is your content container. So if you see here, oh, it might not. There we go. So as I edit that, the content container gets smaller, bigger as I go. I'll keep it at the default. That's fine. Separating space, which is the space between all of your containers here. I don't mind that. I'll keep that the same. And then The padding we won't edit either, so that can stay the same for now. Header, full width, we want to keep that header all the way across. Alignment, this will just change where the logo is situated. We'll keep it to the left for now. And then the mobile header, got 3 icons down here. You can see what your page looks like on mobile. So at the minute, we've got the header active. If we turn that off, there we go, it goes away, and we've just got the menu button. So most of the time for a mobile, that's probably going to be the option to go with. It just gives people less scrolling to do. So, okay, all those settings are fine. We'll head back again. Primary navigation. So that's this menu across here. So the menu label, which we can change this menu completely, what's included, by editing it in the WordPress dashboard, which I'll go through some of that later. But for now, the primary menu, we just want our main pages. Navigation width full. That's all fine. You can stick a logo on here as well, but I've already got one up there, so I won't bother. So those are all good for now. Secondary navigation, we don't have. Okay. And the rest of it, we don't need to worry about the sticky or the slide out. We'll go page header. Keep that above the content. We'll go in. Probably keep it above for both. Okay, and then we come on to our sidebars. So the sidebar layout. So this is the sidebar here. The top one applies to just your pages. So your normal home page, about us page, contact page, all of that. What I normally like to do is get rid of sidebars for these pages. So here are your layouts. At the moment, we've got content, sidebar. So you can see content, sidebar. If we change it to the opposite, sidebar, content, you'll see the sidebar on the left, content on the right. What I normally like to do for these main pages, though, is have no sidebars at all. So it's just a full width home page. And the blog page, again, I'm not going to really be using the actual blog page for this site too much, so I'm not too worried, but I'll keep it content sidebar. And then your single post layout, again, it's entirely up to you. What you'll commonly see with blogs and affiliate type sites are that they have this content sidebar layout. So normally they'll put their recent posts, which I like to do, and they'll put maybe some ads and stuff in that right hand sidebar. So I'm going to leave that one the same. Again, here for your sidebars, you can edit the width. 25% is about right though. I like to keep it at that. So we'll head back. And then the blog. So here we've got 2 separate pages to edit. You've got the archives and the single post. So the archives are where you have the pages where you have a big list of blog posts. So your main blog page would just be a huge archive of all of your blog posts. The category pages as well. So if you were to split your blog posts up into different categories, each time somebody entered a category page, it would have an archive or a big list of individual blog posts. So that's what that relates to. And the single is just a single blog post. So for this archives one, I'm just going to keep them all the same. And then we'll head over to the single post. So this is on a single article. You can have it display or not display the date, the author, category that it's in, the tags. I don't use tags, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then the navigation, so it will have like breadcrumbs of where you've navigated from to get to that blog post. So I don't usually select that either. So that's the content done, and then we can move down to featured images. Again, the archives page, yes, we want it to display featured images. The featured image is just the thumbnail that the blog post uses, and it also will usually be displayed inside the post as well. So go keep that the same. Location below the title. I prefer to have it above, so it goes image and then title. Put it to the left. I'll keep that the same. And the posts, this is on a normal blog post. I don't usually have the featured image because what that will do is it will put it at the top. So Just click that again so you can